Good morning, you guys. It's about 10:05 here, 10:05 straight up here in Phoenix, Arizona. As you guys know, I injured my knee in a vehicle accident. So we talked about that one last week. So I'm doing this in bed, and I should probably sit up with my laptop. There we go. I should probably, yeah, there we go. I sat up so I don't look like I'm completely lying down. But I injured my knee in a vehicle accident, and so I'm waiting on the MRI, and the MRI won't happen to me. Thank you very much. So basically, what is happening is we're going to talk about how the internet is not so disabled friendly. And then I got to get back to work because speaking of the internet and speaking of how it's not so disabled friendly, um, for some weird reason, I got a job interview myself as a job interview in the middle of all this. So I wasn't expecting a job interview, but my resume is out there, and yeah, so it's a sales position. Hopefully, that I can work from home, and hopefully they will make modifications. If not, I won't take the job. A job to me, and then we'll start talking about internet. A job to me is something I really have to enjoy, and then I will show up for the job if I enjoy the job, because I am not making a effort to drive into downtown Phoenix if I'm not enjoying the job. So therefore, I have to enjoy the job, and of course, they have to make modifications. Now, by law, this has nothing having to do with the internet. By law, you're supposed to make modifications to a job for a person for a person who's disabled. I happen to know a person who's in the job modification space in Scottsdale. So I may text her after the job interview, and I may call her and say, help me out here. Or I may look for a job at her company, because it's a heck of a lot easier to, for me, due to my disabilities right now, disabilities, including my knee, it's a heck of a lot easier to work from home and do content creation on the side. It's not like I don't want a job, I just have to find a job that's perfect for me, and my dream job is out there. I just have to find it, and someone has to give me a paycheck for my dream job. My dream job is journalism, obviously, and inspiring people. But we haven't found that dream job. Sales representatives have, sales recruiters have reached out to me. Sales is not journalism. And look, we have down here tried to put me in customer service. And I think customer service is reaching out to me, but yet at the same time, there's no creative juices in creative services. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Is the allergies down here are not helpful. So my nose is itchy. let's just itch my nose. We'll stick it on. And so we like people. But I wanted to talk to you about the internet and it's not being handicapped accessible. Now, I have to say, my website is not handicapped accessible. My own website is not handicapped accessible. I need to practice what I preach and I need to do what I preach. And so I need to do what I preach. I practice what I preach. I need to make my own website handicapped accessible. But I still haven't found the appropriate person to do that. So if you guys are watching and want to help me do that, be my guest because I can only do so much. Right now, this knee is making me exhausted. Hobbling to the bathroom is making me exhausted. And yeah, Pierre Trent's not listening. And that leads me to a good segue. I when I reported the vehicle accident on Monday, realizing I was injured on a Sunday, I had to wait till Monday, the business day, to report it. They go, well, you can email a person, which they did call me back, which they did respond to their email via phone call. But do you know that Valley Metro's website is not handicapped accessible? And paratransit is and Phoenix Dialine is under Valley Metro. So of course I had to go to Valley Metro's website and I had to go and put in my email, send an email to Valley Metro and say I was in a vehicle accident on their bus. So it's interesting to me that the handicapped bus system, Valley Metro, well, it falls under Valley Metro. Valley Metro is all a normal bus system. It's the able-bodied bus system. Phoenix Skyline and Paratransit fall under Valley Metro. They get paid in two totally different categories. It's a small airport bus we're talking about with a lift on the side. And so basically, right now, I'm dealing with that. But me filing claims would take forever and a day. And if those guys will send me to a website, I will get help because websites are not handicapped accessible. Websites are definitely not handicapped accessible. All websites are not handicapped accessible. If you look at, and sorry, you guys, I'm opening things up in there because it's a beautiful day. And if you look at Amazon that we all use is not handicapped accessible. Venmo and Zelle is not handicapped accessible. And I am just discouraged that I'm discouraged half the internet is not handicapped accessible. And so that's why I typically use my phone with speech dictation on it. And I want, even though my laptop has speech dictation on it, I typically use my phone. And my phone is a lot easier than my laptop. So I typically use my laptop for certain things. And I typically use my um, phone for certain things 99% of the time, like we all do. And so it's interesting that StreamYard is not handicapped accessible. Now, StreamYard, if you're listening to this, which I am part, well, I am BTV, Pod TV, formerly known as I am BTV, always used StreamYard. Always use StreamYard. So StreamYard, you got to step up the game. You know, you're probably sitting in Palo Alto, California, as a technology company, and StreamYard, you got to step up the game. Now, I have a friend that went be above be above and beyond, and this story is public, and so he doesn't mind me sharing it. And so, if I tell him I got in a vehicle accident, he would probably say sue paratransit, which I am looking into suing paratransit, but I'm waiting to see what they say first. I made a big stink out of it on social media, and so I'm waiting to see what they say first before they take legal action. But at the same time, you can sue these big giant companies for not having their website handicapped accessible. My friend who's legally blind, who he used to be my boyfriend, who those of you who've stuck around podcast long enough, you've heard Juan Carlos speak on my podcast. And he used to be my co-host. We're still friends. Trust me, we're still friends. Needless to say, he sued Winn-Dixie. Winn-Dixie. And Winn-Dixie's a huge corporation down in Florida. And we have, out here, we have Albertsons. Albertsons is also a huge corporation. So he sued Winn-Dixie for not having it equal out to his standards. And now he's doing, Juan Carlos is doing 3D printing stuff and 3D printing stuff, and he's doing as much work for the disabled as I am. So Winn-Dixie's website wasn't handicapped accessible. So he thought, okay, I'll sue them for not getting my needs met. And he won that case. And Winn-Dixie had to send them out and make their website accessible. Now, granted, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that unless Mass Transit says something outrageous. But it's not half the world isn't handicapped accessible. I've decided the world doesn't make the handicaps fit in. We stick out like sore thumbs. We stick out like sore thumbs. I rolled into ER in my own wheelchair. Thank you very much. Requesting in a $7,000 folding power chair and requesting an MRI. And this wasn't in Scottsdale. Scottsdale is like Aspen, and Scottsdale, Arizona is a version of Aspen, and we all know it. And so, and I'm only 5 minutes away. Now, granted, if I logged into the best hospital on the planet, which is the Mayo Clinic, and said my symptoms, they would have given me an MRI, and then we would have figured it out. But because the Mayo Clinic doesn't take my insurance, and yet it doesn't take my insurance, and plus it's a teaching hospital anyway, I now have to go to Smile Imaging on May 3rd at 12:45, which interrupts my holiday, which I'm thankful that the knee isn't broken. But I did something to my knee, and so I'll be probably on bed rest for a couple more weeks in April. And probably if I don't have surgery, I'm hoping it's a sprain. I'm hoping that I didn't tear ligament, but knowing me and knowing my knee, that's making the popping noise, and I can barely hobble to the bathroom. And knowing me and knowing my knee, I would have to get surgery. We have not discussed that yet because all I've been doing is seeing physician's assistants / my PCP / nurse's assistants. And now, if I need knee surgery, yes, I'll get help. Yes, I will have possibly either help from a rehab facility or stay home and have help come to me. But basically, all the agencies I work with, including my aid agency, their website isn't handicapped accessible. And I'm working with a agency right now that I can see where their website is handicapped accessible. Now, if you click on the little handicapped person, it should pop up. But most screen readers do pretty dang well at reading the websites. Now, should we all make websites handicapped accessible? Yes, we should. Do we have the time and the expenses? It's either pay for my knee or pay to upgrade my website. You think I would like to spend money on my website? Of course I would. I would not like to be paying medical expenses out the yin handing my credit card to the emergency room as they charge $125 to a debit card, and I'm like, oops, yeah, ERs are not cheap, and yet Google Maps is not handicapped accessible. Anything is not handicapped accessible. Now, I will say that Apple does a dang good job on accessibility. And I don't know about the Android side because I'm not on the Android side. I'm obviously on the Apple side. So, yeah. And so please, if you want to make your site handicap accessible, please do. And please help me out here. And if you have any brilliant ideas for injured kneecap, I shouldn't say kneecap, injured ligament in the knee, please let me know, because I have been off my knee as much as possible. Although yesterday I worked out and that was the stupidest thing ever. I tried to do squats, upright squats, and yeah, stupid, 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 stupid. And it's when you get barely up off the bathroom. Don't, because I was feeling great. Yes, I overdid it. One step forward, two steps backwards, and then Then I'll probably be overdoing it on Saturday because I'll be up late and not. Although people who I'm going to be with know me, and people who I'm going to be with on Sunday know me and know that I had a vehicle accident. And so it's interesting. And now I have to get the myelogram scheduled for my back, and that's going to be a process on Wednesday. And because of my knee, I don't want to be on my back, on my stomach. Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see how we do the myelogram with the fucked up knee. Or we do the myelogram in May once we have the information from the MRI. But I don't know. I'll figure this one out. And so, yeah, I'll figure this one out. And please, 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 if you guys know of any ideas, and yes, you can buy my books. Yes, you can Venmo me. My Venmo is, and I'm giving my Venmo just in case. And my Venmo is, hang on, as I pull up my Venmo. Here we go. And me. And Venmo. My Venmo is Win 1195. WIN 1195. At WIN 1195. And that's me on Venmo. And I would love you guys to support. No, the medical expenses are already paid for / paid for by me. And so this is just Venmo and buy my books, or as I told my fan base on my podcast, Venmo and buying my books are just to support Ubers and Lyfts and everything else, because until I'm still using paratransit, but until they shaken up, I will be using Ubers and Lyfts. But they've admitted to me, if before the accident too, if they if you have somewhere important to get to, don't rely on us. And so yeah, that's the aspect of that. And yeah, I'll just be hanging out. And my next book is to go to the ladies' book. And with that, I'll catch you guys next week on another fabulous episode. And I hope you guys learned a lot. And I will see you guys next week. Bye, you guys.